Success demands sacrifice. That's the cold hard truth most people don't want to hear. Everyone wants to achieve greatness, but very few are willing to pay the price. It's not about luck, talent, or some magical formula. It's about what you're willing to give up to get what you want. Most people dream big, but when it comes time to make the tough choices, they hesitate. They hold on to comfort, to habits that drain them, to people who don't align with their vision. They want success, but they also want to stay in their comfort zone. And that's why most never make it. The reality is, if you want something extraordinary, you must be willing to cut out everything that doesn't serve that goal. Time is the most valuable asset you have, and how you spend it determines how far you go. Look at your daily routine. How many hours are wasted on distractions, scrolling endlessly, watching mindless entertainment, engaging in conversations that don't add value to your life? Every moment spent on something that doesn't push you forward is a moment stolen from your future success. People will tell you that balance is important, but the truth is, balance is a luxury that comes after you've built something great. In the beginning, it's an all-in commitment. It means missing out on nights out, sacrificing weekends, waking up earlier than everyone else, and working when others are resting. It means putting in the effort when there's no immediate reward, no applause, no recognition, just you, your vision, and the grind. Sacrificing comfort isn't just about working hard, it's about rewiring your mind to embrace struggle. Growth never happens in easy conditions. When you push yourself beyond what's comfortable, that's when you evolve. It's in those moments of exhaustion, frustration, and doubt that you separate yourself from the people who give up. Most quit because it's too hard. They tell themselves it's not worth it, that they're not seeing results fast enough. But greatness isn't built overnight. It's built in the small, unseen sacrifices that compound over time. Success also demands that you let go of people who don't align with your journey. This is one of the hardest sacrifices to make. Not everyone is meant to go where you're going. Some people will doubt you, mock you, or try to hold you back, sometimes without even realizing it. They'll tell you to take it easy, to not work so hard, to just enjoy life. And if you listen to them, you'll end up exactly where they are. The truth is, you cannot take everyone with you. If someone isn't pushing you forward, they're pulling you back. It doesn't mean you have to cut everyone out, but you must be mindful of who you allow into your mental space. The wrong influences can drain your energy, plant seeds of doubt, and make you question your path. Another sacrifice is giving up old habits that no longer serve you. If you're serious about success, you can't keep doing the same things and expect different results. That means eliminating distractions, cutting out procrastination, and being brutally honest with yourself about where you waste time. Every successful person has had to make difficult choices, choosing discipline over comfort, choosing action over excuses. It's about developing habits that push you toward your goals even when you don't feel like it. Most people want success without pain, without struggle, without sacrifice, but that's not how it works. The people who achieve greatness are the ones who understand that everything comes with a price. They're willing to pay it. They're willing to endure the discomfort, the long hours, the discipline, the temporary loneliness. They understand that in order to rise above the rest, they have to let go of what keeps them average. Rejection and doubt are inevitable. No one who has ever achieved greatness has escaped them. The moment you decide to do something big, to chase a dream, to step outside of the ordinary, you will be met with resistance. People will question you. They will criticize you. Some will even laugh at you. And if you're not prepared for that, if you let their words shake you, you'll start to doubt yourself. That's where most people fail, not because they lack the ability, but because they let rejection and doubt stop them from moving forward. Rejection isn't just something you experience from others. It comes in many forms. You might apply for an opportunity and get turned down. You might put yourself out there and be ignored. You might try something new and fail miserably in front of everyone. And in those moments, it's easy to feel like you're not good enough, like you don't belong, like maybe you're wrong to even try. But Rejection is never the end of the road. It's a test of how badly you want it, how strong you are, and how willing you are to keep going when the world tells you no. Most people avoid rejection at all costs. They stay in their comfort zones, playing it safe because they're afraid of what people will think. They don't take risks because they don't want to fail publicly. They don't chase their dreams because they don't want to be judged. But the truth is, rejection is unavoidable. No matter what you do, not everyone will approve of you. Not everyone will believe in you. And that's okay. The most successful people in the world have been told no more times than they can count. The difference is, they didn't let that stop them. They used rejection as fuel to get better, to improve, to push harder. Doubt is just as dangerous as rejection, maybe even more, because while rejection comes from the outside, doubt creeps in from within. It's that voice in your head whispering that maybe you're not good enough, that maybe you're not capable, that maybe you should just quit. And the worst part? Doubt doesn't always come from you. It can come from the people around you, family, friends, even mentors, telling you to be realistic, to lower your expectations, to stop dreaming so big. And when you hear that enough, you start to believe it. You start to hesitate. You start to wonder if they're right. Most people give up not because they weren't capable, but because they allowed doubt to control them. They let fear of failure keep them from even trying. They let one rejection define their worth. They let someone else's disbelief shape their future. But the truth is, doubt is just a feeling. It's not real unless you give it power. Every person who has achieved something incredible has battled with doubt. The difference is they kept going anyway. They learned to push forward even when they weren't sure if they would succeed. Rejection and doubt are not signs that you should quit. They are signs that you are on the right path. If you're facing them, it means you are pushing beyond what is comfortable. It means you are stepping into new territory. It means you are doing something most people are too afraid to do. The key is to reframe how you see them. Instead of letting rejection break you, let it build you. Instead of seeing doubt as a reason to stop, see it as a reason to prove yourself wrong. Every rejection, every moment of doubt is a challenge to rise above, to keep going, to prove to yourself that you are stronger than anything standing in your way. Discipline over motivation. That's the difference between those who succeed and those who quit. Most people rely on motivation to get things done. They wait for that feeling of inspiration, that surge of energy, that moment when they actually want to do the work. But motivation is unreliable. It's temporary. It fades when things get tough, when progress is slow, when obstacles appear. That's why so many people start strong and then give up. They were counting on motivation to carry them through, but when it disappeared, so did their effort. Discipline, on the other hand, is what keeps you moving forward when motivation is nowhere to be found. Discipline is doing the work even when you don't feel like it. It's waking up early when you'd rather sleep in. It's putting in the extra hours when no one is watching. It's showing up every single day, no matter how tired, unmotivated, or discouraged you feel. This is what separates the successful from everyone else. It's not talent, it's not luck. It's the ability to stay consistent, to do what needs to be done regardless of how you feel in the moment. Most people let their emotions dictate their actions. If they're excited, they work hard. If they're frustrated, they slow down. If they're bored, they quit. This is why so many never reach their goals. They think success is about passion, about feeling inspired all the time. But passion doesn't mean anything without discipline. Because no matter how much you love something, there will be days when it feels like a grind. There will be days when you don't see results, when you start questioning yourself, when you wonder if all the effort is even worth it. That's where discipline comes in. Discipline is what pushes you through those moments. It keeps you on track, moving forward, even when everything in you wants to stop. Building discipline is about mastering your habits. It's about creating a routine that eliminates the need for motivation in the first place. You don't think about brushing your teeth every morning, you just do it. That's what discipline looks like. It's about making your actions automatic, so there's no room for excuses. When you train yourself to work on your goals, no matter how you feel, you take back control. You stop being a slave to your emotions, to laziness, to procrastination. The problem is most people resist discipline because they associate it with restriction. They see it as something that takes away their freedom, that forces them into a strict and rigid lifestyle. But the truth is, discipline creates freedom. It gives you the ability to build the life you want, to achieve what others only dream about. Without discipline, you are controlled by distractions, by cravings, by temporary comfort. You are constantly starting and stopping, making progress and then falling back to square one. But with discipline, you move forward, steadily, consistently, with unstoppable momentum. Discipline is built through action, not feelings. You don't wait until you feel ready to start. You don't wait until the conditions are perfect. You start now, and you keep going no matter what. The more you push through resistance, the stronger your discipline becomes. And over time, what once felt difficult becomes second nature. Hard work becomes your default setting. Showing up becomes automatic. And while everyone else is stuck in cycles of inconsistency, wondering why they can't reach their goals, you will be ahead because you didn't rely on motivation, you relied on discipline. Loneliness is a test. The road to success is not crowded, and the higher you climb, the fewer people will be around. Most people crave belonging. They want validation. They want to feel supported at every step. But when you decide to do something great, to step outside of what is normal, you have to accept that not everyone will come with you. The path you are on is different, and because of that, there will be times when you feel completely alone. That feeling breaks most people. It makes them question themselves. It makes them doubt if they are doing the right thing. But loneliness is not a punishment. It is a filter. It separates those who are willing to keep going from those who need constant approval to move forward. Most people never experience real solitude because they are too afraid to sit with their own thoughts. They need distractions. They need noise. They need other people to tell them they are on the right track. But when you are building something great, there will be moments when no one understands your vision. People will question why you are working so hard. They will tell you to slow down, to take it easy, to live like everyone else. And if you need their approval to continue, you will never reach your full potential. The people who change the world, the people who accomplish what others never do, are the ones who can stand alone and keep moving forward. Loneliness is part of the price you pay for growth. The more you evolve, the more you outgrow certain relationships, certain environments, certain ways of thinking. This can be painful. It's hard to watch people you once connected with fall away. It's hard to realize that some of the people you thought would support you are actually the ones holding you back. But if you want to reach the next level, you have to let go of anything that keeps you from growing. You cannot carry everyone with you. Some people will not understand your drive, some will feel threatened by your ambition, and some will try to pull you back to where they are because your growth makes them uncomfortable. It is in those lonely moments that you learn the most about yourself. You learn what you are truly capable of. You learn how strong you are when no one is cheering you on. You learn that your success cannot be dependent on external validation. If you can keep pushing forward when no one is watching, when no one is clapping, when no one believes in you but yourself, that is when you become unstoppable. Because once you get comfortable being alone, you stop fearing it. You stop needing permission to chase your dreams. You stop looking around for reassurance and start trusting yourself completely. Loneliness forces you to develop a mindset of self-reliance. It forces you to look inward instead of outward. It forces you to become your own source of motivation. Most people never reach that point because the moment they feel alone, they turn back. They go back to the crowd, back to fitting in, back to doing what is safe and accepted. But those who stay on the path despite the loneliness are the ones who break through. They are the ones who become leaders, innovators, visionaries. They are the ones who inspire others, not because they followed the crowd, but because they had the courage to walk alone. The truth is, success isolates you. At every stage, you will lose people. Some will leave because they don't understand your vision. Some will leave because they resent your growth. Some will leave simply because they were never meant to stay. And that's okay, because the people who are truly meant to be in your life, the ones who share your mindset, your values, your hunger for greatness, will find their way to you. but you will never meet them if you are afraid to let go of the ones who don't. Failures are lessons, not setbacks. Most people fear failure because they see it as proof that they are not good enough, that they don't have what it takes, that they should stop trying. But failure is not the end of the road. It is part of the process. Every successful person has failed more times than they can count. The difference is they didn't let failure define them. They didn't see it as a reason to quit. They saw it as feedback, as a lesson, as a necessary step on the path to success. Most people want success without failure, but that is impossible. You cannot grow without struggle. You cannot improve without making mistakes. Every time you fail, you are being given a choice: learn from it and get better, or let it stop you. Most people let it stop them. They take one failure as a sign that they are not meant for something, that they are not talented enough, that they should lower their expectations. But failure is not a signal to quit. It is a test of how badly you want something. When you fail, you are given information that you didn't have before. You learn what works and what doesn't. You learn what needs to change. You learn where you need to improve. This is why the people who succeed are not always the smartest, the most talented, or the most gifted. They are simply the ones who refuse to let failure break them. They see it as part of the journey, as something to embrace, not avoid. They take the lessons, make adjustments, and keep going. The problem is that most people attach their identity to their failures. If they fail at something, they believe that they are a failure. But failure is an event, not a person. Just because you failed doesn't mean you are incapable. It doesn't mean you are not meant for something. It just means you haven't figured it out yet. The only real failure is quitting. As long as you keep learning, adjusting, and improving, you are still in the game. Fear of failure keeps most people stuck. They don't take risks because they don't want to look bad. They don't try new things because they don't want to be judged. They don't chase their dreams because they don't want to fail in front of others. But the only way to truly fail is to never try at all. The people who play it safe, who avoid risks, who never put themselves in uncomfortable situations, they may never experience big failures, but they also never experience big success. They stay in the same place, doing the same things, never knowing what they are truly capable of. Failure builds resilience. Every time you fall and get back up, you become stronger. You develop grit. You stop fearing failure because you realize that it doesn't destroy you, it shapes you. The more you fail, the more confident you become because you start to see that you can handle setbacks. You stop letting obstacles shake you. You start needing constant validation. You start trusting yourself because you know that no matter what happens, you will find a way to keep going. Most people think failure is something to be ashamed of, but the truth is, failure is proof that you are pushing yourself beyond your limits. It means you are trying, growing, evolving. The only people who never fail are the ones who never take action. They stay in their comfort zones, avoiding challenges, avoiding struggle, avoiding anything that might test them. But the people who achieve greatness are the ones who embrace failure. They understand that every mistake, every setback, every rejection is simply another step towards success. Success demands sacrifice. Most people want the rewards, the recognition, the achievements, but they are not willing to give up what is necessary to get there. They want to be great while staying comfortable. They want to rise above the rest while living like everyone else. But greatness doesn't work that way. It requires trade-offs. It demands that you give up the things that hold you back, the habits that waste your time, the distractions that keep you from your purpose. It asks you to let go of immediate pleasure for long-term fulfillment. And that's where most people fail. They are not willing to pay the price. Sacrifice means choosing what you want most over what you want right now. It means staying disciplined when you could take it easy. It means putting in the work when no one is watching, when no one is clapping, when no one believes because they lack intelligence. Not everyone will waking up because they are not willing to sacrifice. Staying in to work on your success. They also want to spending your nights building your future, but they also want to wasting your time. They want to build something incredible, but they also want to make it easy every night. So they stay stuck. The people who always talking about their dreams, willing to be never making they are the ones who because success does not come to those who merely nothing like the path comes to those around willing to give up what others won't. Most people fear sacrifice because they see it as losing something. They focus on what they have to give up instead of what they will gain. But every sacrifice you make is an investment in your future. Every moment of discipline is a brick in the foundation of your success. The late nights, the early mornings, the hard work, the moments of doubt, none of it is wasted. It is all building something greater than what you could ever achieve by staying comfortable. The truth is, everyone makes sacrifices. Some sacrifice their dreams for temporary pleasure. Some sacrifice their goals for comfort. Some sacrifice their potential by choosing distractions over discipline. You are always making a trade-off. The question is, are you sacrificing for success, or are you sacrificing your success for short-term gratification? The people who win in life are the ones who choose to sacrifice now so they can live differently. They are the ones who put in the work today so they can enjoy the results tomorrow. They are the ones who understand that greatness is not about luck, not about talent, but about the choices you make every single day.